I'm quoting Titanic. So, yeah, I apologize if you guys have been wondering where has he been. I have been really busy lately. I've been trying to get a movie I'm trying to get working on right now. I've been working on that. I've been doing school, just all these things, excuses. I apologize. But I'm here to review The Finest Hours. I got to see this movie last Thursday. And I was actually really excited to see this because Disney has such a great movie coming up, the great schedule coming out this year from so many great movies that were coming out, and I was extremely excited to get to see this because this is like the first Disney movie of 2016 that's on Star Wars, even though we love Star Wars. But I got to see this movie with a ton of other people. I took someone special to me to see this movie, and pretty much I wanted to go see this because I love Chris Pine. I think he's a great actor. He's really good as Captain Kirk in Star Trek, to playing that douchey type character, and he's not really in this movie. I'm going to explain what this film is about. The Finest Hours is the true story of what is supposed to be the most daring rescue ever in the history of like the National Guard. And what this film is about is this goes on two sides. You have Bernie, played by Chris Pine, who is kind of like this shy guy who doesn't really get out much, but he falls in love with this girl and they have this relationship and it kind of evolves into something. And then you have this other story, which is played by the great Casey Affleck, where they're kind of on a ship and the ship is about to sink during this huge storm. So pretty much Chris Pine has to go into this with three other guys and try to rescue all these guys while the ship is sinking. So that's basically your story. And I don't know who directed the film. I needed to look that up. But what I have to say is, I've had friends who say they didn't like the film. My friends who say they enjoyed it. I have friends who, when I went in that, said they really enjoyed the movie and they thought it was good. I enjoyed this film. There's a ton of problems though. I'm going to first off say Chris Pine is great in this movie. He is really good. He usually plays that douchebag type of role, like say Captain Kirk or Jack Ryan. He plays that type of role. This one, he's a little different. He gave a good performance. I really bought him as this kind of guy who wanted to be something better, and he gives a great performance. The girl who he's dating, I don't remember her name, she was really good in this movie. She gave a good performance. Casey Affleck gave a really good performance. The relationship between Bernie and his girl, I bought that. I bought the whole thing with Bernie, but there's a lot of problems I have with the movie. There's parts of this movie where I love the relationship between Bernie and his girl and all that around that time, but there was also stuff where it goes into this other thing where it hangs with the crew and Casey Affleck, where I wasn't involved. Like I wasn't like involved. I wasn't wanting something to happen, and I wasn't like involved like I was with the other characters. I didn't really care what happened to the other crew. Is I'm not like bashing anything about this movie. It's not a bad movie. There's just when that part was so like you got all these guys and they're trying to figure out a way. I just didn't care. The movie is so dragging at points in that first half. It is so dragging you in and so slow that it took way too much out of this movie, and that's what I had the biggest problem with. It is really, really long. I don't know what the running time was, but like 2 hours, 10 minutes. It was a really long movie. I felt like this could have been cut down a little bit, and there's parts in that first half where it dragged on way too much. But the visuals of this movie are astounding. I saw this movie in 3D. The visuals were great. The movie looks good in 3D. It was a good movie. It was a really good movie that told the story great, and it was a great film. With the performances and the way the movie was handled, the visuals are fantastic. The last half, when everything was going down, was great. I loved the second half. It really picked up. But that first half that dragged the film, the movie looks incredible. The effects are done great. This movie is it's a good movie. I really enjoyed the film. But that dullness that the movie brought and parts where I didn't really care and I just wanted to go back to Chris Pine kind of took the movie out for me. And that being said, I do recommend checking this movie out if you guys are wanting to go, say, like a matinee or something, or when the movie hits like a dollar theater. Check it out. This is not a movie you need to go rush out and see. But this is still a really good movie, and people who enjoy this type of stuff will have a fun time. This is no Bridge of Spies, which was still a great movie, but this was a movie that was still good, and I recommend checking it out like at a matinee or something. So I'm going to give The Finest Hours a 7 out of 10. This is a good movie. It's a new grading system. 7 out of 10. It's a good movie, but not great. There's a lot of problems I have with the film, but this is still a good Disney movie that I recommend checking out. And yeah, let me know. Sorry. Let me know what you guys think down below of The Finest Hours and if you guys are going to see it or not. I'll be back in a couple of days with my review of Kung Fu Panda 3. Can't wait to get that to you guys. I want to make an announcement. I got a new segment on my channel called Guilty Movie Pleasures. I have that and a new segment called Why This Movie Sucks. Why movie sucks. Why this, well, you know what I mean. Why this movie sucked. I have that coming true with the first episode being Fantastic Four 2015. I'm looking forward to getting that to you guys later next month. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, stay tuned for my review of my first guilty pleasure, which is The Mummy. Looking forward to getting that to you guys very, very soon. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.